Welcome back to Disco Elysium. When we last left off, I tried multiple times to get that body down. Um, couldn't get that. Couldn't stomach it. And yeah, I also tried to get more information about the clothes we found. Couldn't get that. Found out the woman is watching us. Found out my cloak is up top, but I can't jump to it because I only have 3% chance of succeeding. So yeah, unfortunately accomplished a lot, but didn't accomplish much. Probably take these gloves off. But +1 interfacing.
It's the letter you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With
Why is this saying I've got something? Okay. I'll put the gloves in the trash. Exploring the whirling secret. Yeah, there's a blue door in the back too, but the manager here doesn't know where to get the key. Find out who is in the union box. Oh yes, and we found out that union staff show up here. But for now, we're gonna look around some more. We didn't explore much north. Who's this funny fella?
Welcome to Rivachol.
Announces a rotund man. The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant.
Don't you welcome to Rivachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Yeah,
It's men like you who keep Rivachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
what he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Okay. He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should
Alright.
watch myself
Let's not
and
throw hands.
behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Ooh,
I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Yeah. Put your fingerprints.
You
in
do make a cute couple. You know that?
Thanks.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Oh, that's settled. We have a couple
Whatever you
questions.
say, officers.
It's impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. I found this mug in the trash. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God, man. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
What about that argument? What was that argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
So you're just a racist. Makes sense.
I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. Huh? The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it.
Uh-huh.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yeah, I hope this is sarcastic.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
Okay.
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kids are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Uh-huh.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
Uh-huh.
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Yeah, I think I get down with racism. No, I'm not going to say that. Alright, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
And gives you a disgusted look and returns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Alright.
Finger pistols, 9mm. Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Good to know. Alright. +1 suggests reaction speed. Safety is always off. And an empty hand slot gives me +1 suggestion. Cool. Cool. Alright, so working on these.
Looking for something, Runt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
What do you
Oh,
want?
not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed to pick up?
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
Okay. Whatever. Jump jams. Popular. Thanks for making it so I can't read it, asshole. Most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Okay. Magnesium. Good to know. Alright, the shop. Little roses, dozens of them, tulips too. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
Fritta.
The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
I can buy one for 4 to get endurance, or I could try and steal one, but I'm not going to do that.
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Well, yeah. I wasn't planning on stealing them anyway, so... +1 endurance would be nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford
The tear machine
bill.
stands in the corner. A sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Tear?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine.
Oh,
then
I
it gives
see.
you money.
I see. How do I pick up tear?
You need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
She doesn't seem to enjoy her job much. Okay, so this is where I recycle stuff.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint-Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Measurehead, Duramine, magnesium, and Hypnogamma. I don't know. Let's see. Measurehead is a nasal spray. Duramine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Oh, really?
No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything.
Measurehead heals +1 health. Duramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Oh, wow.
Saint Baptiste, you know, the pharmaceuticals company. Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste. That one. There.
She is right. Saint-Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint-Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history. As far as almost anyone knows, at least.
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
Okay. Okay, good to know. She has an ampule somewhere.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
You mean this?
She's the cover of boastful, colorful photo with 2 girls
This
kissing.
is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Well,
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half
yeah,
smile.
that was a stupid thing to say. I agree.
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Alright, let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
You're probably not supposed to be reading a magazine either.
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
Alright, this is important.
She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
You tell me about the dead body.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Do you know the man who died?
Not really.
Not really? Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
How long has it
I
been there?
don't know, really... long?
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
No. I mean physical.
I don't know. What about it?
Where are
We're
we?
in Frit?
I meant where are we on
As
a large scale?
mankind, or as a nation, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
You know what?
in a
Mankind.
good place. I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer thing seems to be kinda big. I don't know.
Okay. What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
When ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about the one that we
Yeah,
had show?
it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
The coalition, what's that? Someone told me there
Our
was
government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article. Cool.
Okay. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so... She says she might have ammonia somewhere. But it doesn't seem like it. Oh, maybe up there?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
Guess not, no.
She looks at the wall.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Alright.
The pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
Excuse me.
You know.
Okay.
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Measurehead and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask her about that. Not in front of my partner, anyway. This one, physique. Could get some. That's all the money I have. Not right now. Maybe later. Retrieve. Idiomatic. You're not. work. Start moves. Get some money.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels. The back end of the cabin is a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
I think this lorry belongs to our tough guy.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking nervously, hoping it's over.
Okay. Foreign car, kept in good condition. And back over here.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Grandma?
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like lead.
Wait, she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
You say so. Alright. Let's see, nothing down here, it seems. Not seeing anything. I could ask that guy again about his truck. It's like
Looking for something, Hunt?
nope, guess not. Let's see if there's anybody over here I can talk to. There's a big guy here.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
Man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, loudly screechy from a man his size.
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
Vulture alpha male turns to you. He is full head taller than anyone
You
else.
here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Alright, then I'm thinking
Good.
no.
We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Okay, what kind of cause are we talking
Rights of people. rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden, the tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases.
I don't think I've chosen any
Might be
sides
time.
yet.
Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Alright, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
What's his finger? The man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scott.
Ordering man hollers. Okay. I want to get into the
Have
harbor
fun.
too.
Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. I'm trying to meet their fat boss.
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place around here.
I know nothing about a murder.
The mention of a killing sends a barely noticeable shiver of tenseness through him. Interesting.
What are you talking about? I'm not tense.
Yes, he's tense.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This isn't really my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work! When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have the right to work!
This guy is annoying.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
Okay.
What's
Where
it to
are you
you?
from? Curiosity. Going to figure out this strike mess.
Big mess, caused by union greed. But I only fight for the rights of people.
Okay.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came
He's
from the eminent
really
domain,
deflecting.
Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? Uh-huh. It was a long time ago.
Okay. That doesn't really help me. Who are these strike breakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests.
Man runs a hand through a steadily braying military.
We came
haircut.
here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do! We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
Well, how bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained.
You're definitely military. Or ex-military.
I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke. And my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
Well, and you're racist. Good to hear.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No. They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
Man rubs his jaw. A perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. So yeah, this guy's definitely ex-military.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
You try to talk to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
So I know I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
No.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Maybe you want to help me solve by telling me who did it.
Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out. Easier that way.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Okay. Okay. You need to know what's behind these gates. I'm
My
exploring.
friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Does that mean you can let me through the
I
gate?
don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
What does that even mean?
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
That's simple. I can just
Aye.
walk in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
That's Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Seminese supremacist there. Walk right past him, then
It's
press
big.
the
Looks
button
like
to
the
unlock the door, then go
Uh-huh.
past him again,
Uh-huh.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation,
Uh-huh.
or you could convert to his Seminese supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him physically?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Sure,
Can I have some money?
sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Night corner should try to catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The
Thank you.
swallow returns.
Appreciate it.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to,
Well, yeah.
you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing out.
Union has problems getting by.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Alright, nice talk. Gotta leave. Thanks for the money. In case of a strike, press button behind guard. Okay. Sealed locked. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Alright, let's go talk to the guys up here. I'm gonna save really quick though, just in case he immediately attacks me or something. Wayne Rochelle Industrial Harbor. Alright, let's talk to him.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Okay.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
I know what that means. I know what that means.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
Ripple muscle passes underneath the skin. He lets
It
you
must
up.
be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, I'm Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me. What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
He looks down at you. Think it's talking
Merely
to you.
standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
Okay.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a
You
dead rat.
reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Al Ghul?
Yes, Al Ghul.
He means alcohol.
Oh.
Correct, my small skull servant. Al Ghul is an ancient Ilmaran poison, a parasitic fungus that has colonized your race. It is a trick the desert pygmies played on you for humiliating them and stripping them of their land.
I see.
Intentionally fermented drinks have existed for 10,000 years.
Existence as the Neolithic.
This is a fabrication the alchemists of Yizot and Bashir and the Rolam Al Ghul have fed your people. Go on believing in it, race loser.
Race loser? Thanks. I don't think that's how history
Why
works.
don't you have another drink? Your features are not yet congenitally deformed enough.
Oh yeah, Measurehead.
Okay.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Oh, is everyone in this game racist? Kid, that guy down there, this guy.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Fat racist over there? You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
Thanks.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
I'm pretty sure she just says whatever he wants.
There is a
to hear.
button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Okay. I'm not gonna try and push him out of the way. He'll kick my ass. Alright, you're right about all this. And I just need you to let me in the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Thanks.
The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Oh, so you're racist and homophobic.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Okay.
Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Become an advanced racist? I don't really want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'll ask my friend about it. I really don't want to become an advanced racist.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored of you. Yeah, but you still serve them. Does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm not a communist.
Of course you are, Revacholian man. The failure of communism to challenge the world order is the core of your race fate. All around you, the fruits of its defeat. individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted disease, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I said I'm not a communist.
Stop explaining yourself. No one cares about your beliefs. The conversation has moved on. Tell me, what degenerate subculture has made you dress in this shameful way?
I am a rock and roll star and a rebel.
Rock and roll is moribund. Only Koikos listen to it anymore. There is no life left in it. My people abandoned it long ago. It leads only to neurodegenerative herpes and heroin overdoses.
How specific?
I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
Okay.
The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to
I
Riverside.
am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminese women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the Bay.
No, you talk really slow. So you did not come from here.
No, I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really Seminese, you're just from
I'm
Riverside.
from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world.
Uh-huh.
You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits, a protruding occiput, and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid.
Oh, you racist against
He
people who
still
wear
has
glasses,
the
too?
tools of his mind. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
That is true.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenology grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability.
Oh, that's low.
From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation. It
What
is
else?
impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sir Clef and other Vespers.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
Alright. Alright, that was it's quite the yeah. Let's see if you have anything. Nothing. Alright, Ken, let's go. Oh. Sorry, my microphone fell. Alright. Okay, so
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that?
Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalson crane over using some remote controls. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
I'm pretty sure we don't. At least not all of these things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He pats his head.
All right, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes.
First, don't fight him, obviously.
Yes.
Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
So he wants me to become an advanced racist.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
I'll think about it. Let's look around a little more first. How do I get down? God, the controls are leave something to be desired. Nope, down. Nope, down. 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 Over. There you go. The isometric view is, like I said, leaves a little to be desired sometimes. Alright, so we haven't explored to the south. West. So let's do that. Let's look inside here really quick to make sure the Union people aren't in there. Doesn't seem so. Books, book rose, pistol, half-naked dame, and its governor. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. His book about pate. This book you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important to you. A book of Wordero culture promotes freedom and roaming upstream. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. Alright, let's check out the bookstore. Okay. Gift books and molten candy. Old sport magazines tucked away in dark corner. Book collections of national recipes of Arda. They are all about lake trout.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Alright.
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Okay.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Alright, I'll ignore them for now. I'll be back for them though. A quaint picture book brochure, very colorful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
People, anything of note on this shelf?
I would say... The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
What or who or what is an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Okay. Maybe in a second.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Well, I will consider that next time. Until next time, though, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. It always helps me out. When we come back, we'll continue exploring the bookstore, and yeah, maybe we'll buy the Greatest Innocence, was it? Till then, though, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, and take care.